Hey guys, welcome to Mariners Kids Online. I'm so excited that you're here with us today. Now let's jump into some worship to kick us off. Let's go.
Guys ready? Here we go.
There's a city that calls me by name. There's a city that calls me by name. Yes, as I run this race, I am cheered by the saints. There's a city that calls me by name.
Again.
There's a city that calls me by name. There's a city that calls me by name. Yes, as I run this race, I am cheered by the saints. There's a city that calls me by name.
You guys ready? Here we go.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid. It's my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go
Here we go.
everywhere I go.
Hey.
I go with you. Everywhere I go with you. There's a future that runs through my veins.
Right.
There's a future that runs through my veins. And there's nothing on earth that can stand in the way. 'Cause there's a future that runs through my veins.
Here we go.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid. It's my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Everywhere I go with you. Everywhere I go with you. There's a spirit I cannot contain.
Let me hear you. Come on, sing it.
There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave. This same spirit I cannot
Contain. Here we go.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid. It's my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Breath upon these bones. Your fire in my soul. Your kingdom is my home. And I don't walk alone.
Sing it again. Your breath.
Your breath upon these bones. Your fire in my soul. Your kingdom is my home all week long. And I don't walk alone.
Here we go.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you.
So I won't be afraid. Come on.
So I won't be afraid. This my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid. This my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you, yeah. Everywhere I go with you. Everywhere I go with you, yeah. Everywhere I go with you. Everywhere I go with you, yeah. Everywhere I go with you. 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 Where I go with you. Yeah.
I think I finally have everything I need to go into the water today. I did all my research since no instructor ever came to class. Boy, am I glad Kim was here to help.
What's up? Look at you! You got everything you need to go scuba diving for the first time.
Yeah, I do. All thanks to you. I wonder why we're meeting in class today, though. Shouldn't we be at the beach or something?
Truly, I'm not too sure.
How much do you want to bet that the lights are going to turn off in the next 10 seconds and no instructor will be around at the end of the video?
I'm not too sure there's much to bet on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look at you go! You're correct!
Paul was a missionary. He traveled all over, preaching to both Jews and Gentiles and telling them the good news about Jesus. One of the places Paul preached was Galatia. Galatia was a province in Rome, and the Galatian Christians were mostly Gentiles, or non-Jews.
But later, Paul learned that the believers there had been led astray by false teachers. Some were teaching that Christians must still follow the old laws of Moses in order to be saved. Paul wrote to the Galatians, telling them to reject those false teachers. He urged them not to become slaves to the law again. Christ has set us free, so we can live in freedom, Paul wrote. Jesus' death had bought them freedom from the law.
Salvation comes through faith in Jesus. It is a free gift that cannot be earned by keeping any law. Paul explained that God changes people who trust in Jesus. God gives them the Holy Spirit, who guides them and gives them power to become more like Jesus. Live by following the Holy Spirit, he said.
Paul wrote that the Holy Spirit changes the way we think and act. When people obey the Holy Spirit's leading, they have love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These things are the fruit of the Spirit, proof that the Spirit is in someone, like how a healthy tree produces fruit. This fruit is pleasing to God.
The Holy Spirit changes our minds and hearts so that we want to obey God, and He gives us power to obey. The Holy Spirit guides us as believers as we live out God's mission for us to share the gospel in all the world.
Wow!
I know, right? This chapter of Galatians is insane.
Would you mind if I connect all the dots today? I feel really confident because of what you taught me.
It definitely was not me, but the Holy Spirit that's in you. Why not give it a try? I can help along the way.
You and I, because we've chosen to believe in Jesus, are saved and have the Holy Spirit. Through that, we can change to be more like Jesus. The Holy Spirit then changes us inside because we will think and act more like Jesus if we listen to Him. From that, I know I can gain the fruit of the Spirit, which are peace, liveliness. No, that's not correct.
Want some help?
Yes, please.
Love, joy, peace, gentleness, goodness, kindness, faithfulness.
Oh, I know. Patience and self-control.
Nice job.
All these things are evident in us when we listen to the Holy Spirit in us. It shows the world that we are changed and hopefully helps others to want to change too.
Great point.
Thank you very much. Now, I can make a connection to scuba diving, but I would really love to know, what would you say?
The Holy Spirit changes us from the inside, which leaves the outside of our lives to seem different. He helps us in different ways, and as we learn more about Him, we put on new qualities of ourselves that are vital to live out God's mission.
Just like you have different items that help you and me live out our dreams of scuba diving.
Exactly. The Holy Spirit living inside us makes the mission of Jesus easier for us, just like all the items you have now made scuba diving possible.
Holy Spirit is truly incredible. What are you doing?
It's just another tool that I have for scuba diving. Being on the water, there are a lot of sun rays, and I'm not repeating my mistake from last summer.
Which was?
Never putting on sunscreen and getting red as a lobster. It hurt so bad.
Oh, I learned that lesson a while ago. Mind sharing?
Not at all. Hey, you really changed a lot since the first class. I can see the Spirit living in you. It's doing a great job.
Why, thank you. I hope I and you can always remember this class with no physical instructor, but knowing the Holy Spirit changes me and is the best instructor ever.
That is right. Now, let's go to the beach for some scuba diving.
Hey guys, Angeline from Scuba School here. I've got a great verse for you, and it comes from the book of Galatians and goes like this. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The law is not against such things. Galatians 5:22-23. Great job! Now let's stand up and say our verse all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The law is not against such things. Galatians 5:22-23. So great! Let's do it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The law is not against such things. Galatians 5:22-23. Fantastic job! Well, I've got to get back to class. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you had a great time and learned something too. Make sure to check out our Family Connect question and discuss it with you guessed it, your family. Make sure to like and subscribe too. See you next weekend online or at one of our campuses. Bye.